afterwards there will be skill cups. I really plan to do some skill cups, but of course in order to organize skill cups, I first have to have a player base that's big enough to organize them. It's difficult to organize bronze or silver cups or gold or platinum cups if you don't have enough gold and platinum players. And that's of course where everything just turns in a circle, because people I write to asking them if they want to join the FSL just keep telling me, nah, it's so competitive, I'm only silver, I'm only gold, I'm only low plat or plat 3, I just don't want to get wrecked by all these players, which is totally understandable. And I wouldn't want to get crushed by all of these players as well if I were a Gold League player. So totally understandable here. But, and that is of course the thing I want to tell everyone out there, I really want to offer players of the lower leagues tournaments and maybe even a separate league, if possible, in the future. But for now, we only had these 12 players. And with 12 players, it's not really worthwhile to do 2 separate leagues, especially since we had a lot of diamond players and only a few masters players, and then only a few platinum players. So it wouldn't really have made sense to separate these guys into 2 separate leagues, like 6 and 6 or something. That wouldn't really have worked out. So we had to do one big league. And of course, this one big league is sometimes a little bit unfair, especially to the players that are at the lower end of the ranking. And I partly apologize for that, but also partly want to thank especially these players for that, because I know how frustrating and embarrassing it can be to getting your games broadcast and you actually know that you just get crushed by that opponent because she's a Masters player and I'm only Plat 2 or something. So what's the sense of that? But like I said, I just had to do it logistically. There was no other way. But once I finally managed to get more people joining the FSL and more female players inside the FSL with a broader with a broader skill, then of course I want to maybe even have separate leagues for players from Diamond to Masters and leagues for players lower like that. But of course, before I can do that, I just need enough players. So I just, if you're interested in something like that, if you're interested in competing on a higher level, on a lower level, doesn't matter. If you don't want to compete at all, if you just want to join a very warm and hearty community, and that's what this community is, I can assure you that. It's just a great community so far. And if you want to be part of that, just for chatting, just for practicing, just for talking about StarCraft, talking about strategies, you don't even have to play once during a whole season, not participating in tournaments whatsoever, but you just have to be there. And maybe just telling, yeah, I would be interested in skill cups and in low-level tournaments. I'd be interested in a low-level league if it comes into existence. Sure, then just join. Just join. Just send me an email and join. And that's all I'm asking of you. You'd help me out tremendously by doing so. And if you know female players that have watched this format and just said, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but I don't want to get crushed. Nah, I don't want to do that. Try to convince them. Try to convince them to join the FSL, because in the long run, it will be good for all of us.